Imagine that you have gone to watch a cricket match in a big cricket stadium. After the match is over, suddenly someone locks you on the highest seat in the stadium. All the people run away from there, and in the middle of that stadium, someone puts a magic eye drop on the cricket pitch. This drop of water is not an ordinary drop. The special thing about this drop is that it is doubling every second. In the first second, a small drop becomes 2 drops. In the second second, it becomes 4 drops. After 6 seconds, this is a fistful of water, which you may not even see. You are watching from above and thinking, oh friend, there is so little water, it will take a lot of time to fill it. In this time, I will open my lock. But you do not know that this drop has real magic. You are relaxed, but this water is doubling every second. All this started at 12 o'clock and now it has been 12 hours, 59 minutes, and 52 seconds. And in this entire hour, the stadium has been filled only to 1. You are a little relaxed now and thinking that the lock almost opened. But then the speed of the water blows away your senses. At 12 hours, 59 minutes, 55 seconds, the stadium is still empty at 93. At 56 seconds, the stadium is full. At 57, at 25, at 58, at 50. And exactly at 1 o'clock, you are completely submerged in water and you don't even get a chance to think. This is a thought experiment inspired by Dr. Albert Bartlett. He says that the biggest shortcoming of the human race is that they are unable to understand exponential growth. And in the human race, the middle-class person is unable to understand this concept at all. I will give you a personal example of this. A few days ago, I was telling my friend the story of my mother's childhood. It happened that my mother had taken a temporary loan from someone for peer-to-peer lending. I asked her at what interest rate she had taken the loan. She said rupees. 2. But I asked rupees. 2. What? And she said just rupees. 2. But I felt that something was going on. So there is something wrong. So I explained to them that interest is not just based on percentage. Time factor is also attached to it. They did not pay attention to this. Then I told them to call their friend once and ask him at what time on 2. Mummy called her friend and said, Didi, on what basis is this interest on 2? At that time her friend said, oh sister, this is for 2 per month. When she understood this, her face fell immediately. When I told this to my friend, he started laughing. Oh friend, our mothers are very innocent. And at that time I remembered that my own friend either does not pay the credit card or pays only the minimum due amount. And while doing all this, he himself is paying 24 to 30 per year interest. More than my mother. Once with simple logic, you understand that all these credit card rewards that people are getting. Someone is traveling free in business class. Many people are staying in expensive hotels for free. Who is paying for all this? Obviously, those people who do not pay their credit card bills on time. Let's imagine that there are 100 people who take credit cards. Out of them, 90 people either do not pay on time or pay the minimum due amount and keep paying the company every 24 to 30%, while the remaining 10 people who are on credit get all these rewards. And despite paying them, the company earns money. So, in short, our learning from this story is that we should never let compounding become negative compounding. Warren Buffett himself is earning 20% per year, and these companies are earning 24 to 30% per year from us in this particular business segment. So, just think how soon all our wealth will be finished, and will reach all these people. This is an amazing book called High Growth Handbook. This line is written on page 126 of this book. Can you please teach me how to be a CEO? This line is written by none other than Sam Altman, who is the founder of OpenAction GPT. This amazing tap-in is telling his story that there was a time when he was in a very reactive mode. He was trying to do things according to his will, and everything was breaking in his business. Then he went to his mentor and asked him that I am not able to manage all these things. Teach me how to become a CEO, and on the advice of his mentor, he let things break for a few days. Customers were complaining. He did not attend to their complaints and first fixed his system, and once that system was fixed, then he started scaling, and after that, he never thought about small things like firefighting. I remember that once I was guiding my friend Rahul in the same way. Rahul had to save some money every month and invest it. Earlier, he was taking the help of his fill bar, and every time, sometimes on the 5th, sometimes on the 25th, he used to invest a little bit. He was investing money in mutual funds. Then I told him, brother, start a normal automatic SEP. Now this was many years ago. He did not know about the concept of SEP. He got so happy as if I had told him some magical thing. And after that, his SIP never missed because he set a system for it. Similarly, all the people with rich mindset try to convert everything into a system. and not at will. Because at will, we have to make efforts again and again. But if we set a system once, then we can bring recurring rewards by making an effort once. In the same way, if we have to manage our expenses, then we have to create a system for it. How many vegetables, etc. do we eat every month? If we once deal with that vegetable vendor, then he can automatically send all those vegetables to us every week. If we have to pay credit card bill, then we have to create a system for it, due to which we will become the person who is getting rewards and not the person from whose money rewards are being given. Recently, I did a podcast with Kashif Ansari, who is a professor in Jindal University. He has 32 credit cards, but he does not remain in reactive mode again and again. He has created a proper system. He uses an application, and through that one application, all the money is automatically deducted, and he enjoys reward points. And if we have to create a system related to money, then we need some such app where all the data is centralized. We can see how much money is coming and where it is going. It may take us a whole week to connect all the systems, but after that, you will not have to put in any effort, because that thing will automatically keep improving us. In short, our learning from this case study is that rich mindset people focus on systems, while the rest of the people focus on willpower. Do you remember this scene from the movie Chalte Chalte where Shah Rukh Khan goes to the boss of his client company to ask for his money, but the boss of that company insults him and says, "See, my business has failed, but I am safe. You should have also learned something from me." There is actually a learning hidden in this scene which I have also experienced in real life. One day in Chandigarh, I came to know about the story of a local businessman who had a real estate business. He had two businesses. One business was not working, and the other was doing very well. When I saw that he was not investing money in his failing business, at first I thought, what is this? This guy should go all in. But later, I understood that he wanted to protect his flourishing business, so that even if one business fails, his stability remains from the other. Maximum of us are not able to make this mindset. Imagine that we have 1 crore rupees of our life's earnings. We think that we are financially safe. If there is no insurance, then an emergency can end the savings of a whole life. As a doctor has said, people in India do have insurance, but it is only for 10 or 20 lakhs. While at the actual time, many people have insurance of 50 lakhs rupees. Insurance of rupees. 1 lakh to 1 crore is required. There are different types of insurance, like health insurance, life insurance, critical illness insurance, etc. But today we will talk about health insurance, which has lifted Indians from middle class and made them poor directly after a health emergency. Let me tell you an interesting case study. Imagine, our operation cost is rupees 5 lakh and our health insurance is rupees 10 lakh. But when we go to ask for a claim, we hear that, sir, the cover for this disease was only rupees 2 lakh, right? That means we also take policies, but we do not understand their hidden terms. That is why while taking health insurance, we have to take care of some important points, like room rent limit. That is, what is the maximum portion of the hospital room in which we are staying? The insurance company will give. Some policies say that we will have to pay some portion of the bill ourselves. Waiting period. If we already have any disease, then, for that, some policies have a waiting period of 2 to 4 years, which means that we cannot claim for that disease for a few years. Look, it is important to know all these things, because insurance is not just a document. It is a promise of financial security for us and our family. Now, there are some platforms that give us unbiased advice. The name of one such platform is Talk, which understands every detail of our insurance plan, where their team gives free consultation as to which insurance we need in our specific case. Talk is a spam-free advisory platform, which means that once we book a call, it never makes repeated unsolicited calls to us. It only gives honest and professional advice. 10,000 people have given Talk 4.9 stars out of 5, and it has received funding from Zerodha. Whenever we need a claim in the future, the team of Talk will help us in settling these claims. So definitely check out Talk. I have given its link in the description and first comment. They have very limited slots. Imagine that one day you decide that you want financial freedom. You think that you should have so much money that you never have to beg in front of anyone else. No boss should command us. We should have full control over our time. For this, you start a job, make proper planning of investment, and also start SIP. And along with starting SIP, you also reduce your expenses. You think that you are on track, and one day you will get that freedom. But gradually, as the investment starts growing, you realize that people around you are buying big new expensive phones, buying expensive cars, going on vacations. At first you think that it is not necessary for you, but gradually your mind is also drawn towards that. Then you tell yourself that if I buy a luxury car or wear branded clothes, then people will take me seriously, and you forget your goals and start focusing on those things. You think that these things will double your happiness, but it does not happen. Now every month some EMI or the other starts coming to you. Your stress level starts increasing, and you do not even know what is happening to you. Now all this is happening for this reason, because we do not know the difference between status game and money game. Money is very important, and we have to play money game. Even if we say that we are not playing this game, in reality, we are playing this game. Status game is a game of show-off which we play to impress people. People with rich mindset understand this difference very well. Like Sridhar Vembusar, who is the founder of Zoho, who is also known for his simplicity. He focuses on his work instead of impressing anyone. Now we will say, what about Mukesh Ambani, who recently got married worth crores? What about that? See if Mukesh Ambani is also playing this status game. Then the sequence of the overall game he has played is correct. That is, first he increased his income a lot, and after that he played the status game. And even in the status game he is playing now, he is spending very less percentage of his wealth. And the sad thing is that a common man has only one money for both these games. There is no different word. They consider both of them the same game. Imagine that you have rupees, 1 lakh, and someone has guaranteed you that you will get a keg of 20% every year. That is compounded annual growth rate. Now, keg of 20% sounds very good, but let's break it down a bit. There's a rule called Rule of 72, which tells that if we know the rate of return, then in how many years our money will double. And according to this rule, if we are getting keg of 20%, then our money will almost double every 3.6 years. Now think, if you get keg of 20% for 30 years, then your rupees, 1 lakh would have doubled approximately 8 to 10 times, and after 30 years, this amount will become rupees 2.24 crore. If you are happy with this amount, then there is a twist. And that twist is of inflation. If we assume that inflation is at 6% every year, then after 30 years, this amount will double. The actual value of 2.56 crore will be equal to 40 lakh today, which means that even after 30 years, we are not going to live a luxurious life in our old age. Now this does not mean that we should not invest, because if we keep 1 lakh rupees under our bed and sleep, then after 30 years, its value will be only 17,000, which is much less than 40,000. Look. The main thing that an average person is not able to internalize is that wealth does not come from saving more money. It comes when our income increases. That is why at the beginning of our career our focus should be on income, and later on investment, which can happen only when we learn high-demand skills which increase our income. And if possible, we can also focus on business. Finally, the quality of people with rich mindset says that invest in yourself, which is also being said by Warren Buffett here, who is sitting with Bill Gates. Come give you 2 pieces of advice. I invest much in money. I mean this. You are your own biggest asset. And yes, if you like the concept of this video, then definitely share it with your friends and family members.